You haven't made one huge financial mistake. No single disaster wiped out your future. And yet, money never seems to grow. Something is quietly holding you back. It is not bad luck or one bad day. It is 7 small habits hiding in plain sight. Habits so ordinary they feel completely harmless. Some even feel like the smart thing to do. That is exactly what makes them traps. These traps don't find reckless people. They find careful ones. People who are working hard, trying to get ahead. None of this is about being bad with money. It is about decisions, habits, and the way you think. Small patterns that feel completely normal while they are forming. A mindset that quietly, slowly closes off opportunity. And never, not once, announces that it is doing so. Trap 1 is called chasing the next new thing. Maybe you recognize this pattern from somewhere close. Dropshipping for 3 months, then it stops working. Then crypto, then print on demand, then faceless YouTube. Each time the same feeling, this one is different. Each time, a few months later, back at zero. The problem is never a shortage of effort. It is quitting just before things start to compound. Every time you restart, the clock goes back to zero. The whole beginner phase starts all over again. Around 90% of startups fail. Lack of focus is one of the main reasons why. Not the idea, not the market, the switching. Mastery only comes after months of quiet repetition. Trend hopping means you never reach that phase. You spend all your time permanently new. Then comes trap 2, mistaking watching for learning. You open a finance video, just one, 3 hours pass, you close the tab. You feel informed like something real shifted. But feeling informed and being changed are not the same. Studies show only 13% of passive learning gets applied. With active practice instead, that number jumps to 75%. The video felt like progress. It wasn't. A Xerox study put numbers on exactly this. Passive learners, readers, and watchers applied just 13% of what they consumed. Those who actively practiced applied over 75%. Same material, completely different outcome. The 70-20-10 model confirms it. Only 10% of real skill comes from study and content. 70% comes from doing hard, real work. You don't have an information problem. You have a reps problem. Now, here is the trap that feels the most innocent. You are standing at a fork in the road. The phone, the takeout, one more episode. Feels fine. You deserve it. Just tonight. The other path is quiet, a little dull. Nothing happens on it today, nothing tomorrow. But something is building, slowly and invisibly. Every choice is a vote for which life you're building. Take one choice, $500 a month, starting at $25. By 65, that becomes roughly $1.7 million. Now start the exact same habit at 35. Same amount, same rate of return. You end up with about $745,000. A gap of nearly $1 million. From 10 years of small daily choices. That's the distance between comfortable and constrained. Trap 4 is one most people never see coming. You trade hours for dollars. It feels like progress. But time has a hard ceiling built into it. There are only so many hours you can sell. Skills are different. They create leverage. One skilled person can earn what 10 used to. Sales roles with these skills can clear $165,000 a year. The right skill doesn't raise your ceiling, it removes it. So which skills are we actually talking about? Sales and negotiation, median salary $165,000. That's official BLS data from 2023, not a guess. Communication, content creation, real problem solving. AI fluency and cloud roles, 17.9% job growth last year. You were not born knowing any of this. Nobody is. These are built, not inherited. One trap feels sharper than the rest. Trap 5, the fear of looking stupid. Somewhere out there, a YouTube channel sits at 0 videos. A pitch written but never sent. A raise deserved and never asked for. Not because the skill wasn't there. Because being seen failing felt unbearable. Psychologists call this self-worth protection. The fear isn't really about the money. It's about what other people might think. That fear of judgment is the real trap. Psychologists call this avoidance interest-bearing debt. Every year you wait, the cost compounds. Missed skill, missed confidence, missed time. In the moment, avoidance feels like safety. And research shows the price eventually comes due. We regret inaction far more than failed attempts. The tries that failed, you move past those. The chances you never took, those stay. Trap 6 is the quietest math you've never run. Just 1% better, every day. Keep that up for a year. You are 37 times better. 1% worse each day, nearly 0 by year's end. The gap between those two lives is enormous, but for months you cannot feel the difference. Both paths look almost the same at the start, and then one day suddenly they don't. Right at that moment, the curve was about to turn. Imagine a graph, flat for months on end, almost nothing to show, barely a flicker. And then a bend, the line turns steep. Most people quit somewhere in the flat part. Month 10, convinced nothing is working. They never reach month 14. That is where the compounding finally becomes visible. The foundation was already there, just invisible. And then there is one final trap. Trap 7, waiting for the perfect time. You tell yourself you will start on Monday, or next month, after the holidays. When life slows down, when you have more money, picture a calendar spread out in front of you. Every single square says the same two words. Not yet, not yet, not yet. The perfect time is always one square ahead. Someone started 5 years ago with less than you have. Worse conditions, smaller savings, no clear plan. They started anyway. Today they are 5 years ahead of where you are. The gap between you is not talent or luck. It's just time they used while you waited. Perfect conditions are a myth. An imperfect start compounds just as powerfully. A messy beginning is still 5 years of compounding. None of these traps requires a dramatic escape. Just one quiet choice nudged the other way. Then that same choice the very next day. The habits you repeat are the only real variable. Not your circumstances, not your past, not luck. Only what you do quietly every single day. That is the only distance between here and there. It has always come down to habits, quietly repeated. If you're a 9-to-5 parent in the US, UK, Canada, or Australia, this is for you. I recorded a 2-hour masterclass showing exactly how we help beginner like yourself earn $500 commissions with a 99% done-for-you AI system. No fluff? Free? DM me 99 and I'll share the masterclass link with you.